Morning, everyone. So I'm going to try and stay super committed to vlogging every day so that I can keep up the sharing with all the great stuff that's happening on my plant-based journey. So today is day 20, and I realized in the past couple of posts that I have made everything seem like it's sunshine and roses, and it is, with the exception of obviously there's always challenges and, well, frankly, life happens. And so, as I mentioned in my last blog post, I've had a pretty stressful couple of weeks, days, whatever you want to call it. And so, I have essentially what I would consider called falling off the wagon. I didn't cheat, stayed on the diet, that's not what I mean, but I definitely turned to the heavier carbs, higher fat foods because they were just easier to grab and faster to prepare. I'm talking about like cheeseless pizza, boiling pasta, a stuffed avocado, stuff like that. Almonds for snacks to, quick, solve quick hunger issue. But all that stuff is really high in fat or super, super carb oriented. And so, and I'm talking about complex carb. I'm not necessarily talking about the carbs in vegetables. And so, what I've found is that it really requires me to think ahead. And so, in a nutshell, there have been three really shining pluses with this diet, and I've found a couple of what I would not call negatives, but challenges. And so the positives are, one, I used to have a pretty serious emotional relationship with food. It was, when I was sad or when I was bored or anything like that. And that just doesn't exist for me anymore. Food is about fueling my body. It has nothing to do with how I feel. Two, I am fuller when I eat, and that lasts longer when I have a good meal. And three, I feel lighter. I don't feel that icky, yucky, bloated, nasty feeling that you feel after you've had a really disgusting meal. That doesn't exist for me anymore, and that's fantastic. But the challenges I found is that this diet isn't for the faint of heart. You have to prepare all of your meals, which for people who have families, have other responsibilities, have high stress jobs, things like that, you really have to think ahead. Two, it requires planning at every juncture. You have to think ahead in terms of keeping your 80-10-10 in terms of your macronutrients. And then finally, there's not a tremendous amount of readily available, pre-prepared options that meet the plant-based criteria. There's tons of vegan options. Yes, there's tons of vegetarian options out there, but still that doesn't always necessarily satisfy the no dairy or the no oil component of the diet. And so that has been a challenge for me as well. Nothing that can't be overcome, but something to consider. So in my next couple of vlogs, I'm going to, one, take you shopping with me so you can see what my cart looks like, and you can see what I'm spending and how much I'm saving realistically. And then on top of that, I'm going to take you through a very, very condensed version of my morning routine and how I prep my food and things like that. So look forward to sharing with you guys. Stay in touch.